Hi folks, Dino Bob here with the second episode of Arborea Paleozoic. And we're going to see some forest dinosaurs this time if we can catch them. We'll start where we did last time, pretty much, coming out of the entrance building. You can see the heavy foliage on our left. That's where we're headed. This one will be a little bit shorter than several of our other ones, partly because the habitat's pretty small, partly because it's heavily forested. But I said in the last video that I expected this to be a fairly irregular park, but circumstances have changed, and so the plan has changed as well. You'll be seeing it a lot more frequently in the next few weeks. For separation, there's sort of two paths away from the main path to isolate this area a little bit more for the animals' comfort. And the guests come in through the forest themselves to also put them in the mood. As you can see, there's a lot of undergrowth in this habitat. It makes it hard to spot the animals. You'll note we're not spotting any animals right now. It does run along the river. So the back boundaries of this is pretty much right on the shore. And let's take a look with the binoculars and see if we can spot someone if we can zoom in. That's their barn in the back there. You can see the entrance building, but no animals. They proved pretty elusive during the filming of this episode. But at least you get a good look at what the foliage and area looks like. This is all, I think, paleoflora, which serves to give the habitat a good rating and make the animals happy. Encourages them to graze. So we'll move down to the other area where guests can kind of hope to get a look at our elusive little critters and grab some binoculars. See if we can find them down this end. No, I don't see them. Don't see them. Scanning back. Oh, there's one. There's one. And here comes the rest of the crowd. They've been doing a pretty good job of hanging out together. You may have seen that white flash go by. That's our little resident forest ghost here. We do have an albino Psittacosaurus as part of the group. Well, they were doing this a lot, making it hard to catch. Here comes one again. Pop out of the binoculars, maybe we can see them better. And moving through the habitat, and there she is. Just a flash of white in the undergrowth a lot of the time. So there's not a lot to show you about what this habitat looks like from above, which we will go up and take a look at because it's so forested. So this is back out to the main path. You can see it comes out by the Jadochta pavilion. And you can see that I've gotten my viewpoint stuck here. Sorry about that. Sometimes it proves surprisingly difficult to navigate with that thing, particularly if you hang up on some feature you can't really see, which is what I seem to keep doing. So anyway, out here back to the main path, look down the road there to the future. And not really get anywhere with it. All right, back down toward the entrance. And that's pretty much the extent of this exhibit. We'll take a look at the care barn in a bit. But I think first we're going to go up and show you what I mean by just how difficult it is to see this from above because of the tree cover. You can see that it's hard to see what's going down there on the ground between the shade and all the ground covers. And you can see the bridge to nowhere. That will change. And see that the habitat is indeed right by the river, and that gives you an idea of where it's situated. The Cairn on the left, and we're going to go down and take a look at that. So let's do that. Let's go down. Come on. Got my timing off. Oh well. And then got the roof of the that building there in the way for taking the camera down. So anyway, we're down now and headed for the Cairn building. This was shot during its first phase. The idea was to have this building blend in as much as possible. And you may notice that those windows on the side are empty. The windows in the back are empty. This is really just a place for the keepers to come in and check on the animals in here. And it's a big empty barn right now, even though we've got animals in here. There is food and water in here. The expectation was that I would have this be the place where they could have their denning caves, but I hadn't put it in yet. But we're going to jump ahead in time to a later stage of the park, and there, now that we have a flashlight on, you can see both the sleeping beds and the nesting compartments in the back of the animal area. The idea was sort of inspired by penguin habitats, where they give them little nesting dens. There the keepers can access it from behind, and the penguins are also willing to go through tiny holes. Anyway, we're outside trying to find animals for animal footage to give you a better idea of our animals, and you can see how difficult it is to catch them just flashing through the undergrowth. Even when you put the camera on them, it then gets worse. So I switched out of that, and this is just sort of handheld camera, if you will, trying to get a look at our animals. Most of them are the Psittacosaurus species, which is an unspecified species of the genus, but it is from a highly well-preserved specimen, which has shown us so much about this animal, including a good idea of its coloration. These guys were running around quite a bit, so I thought it made some interesting stuff to see, these two playing tag here. Even if they kind of get stuck moving around there once in a while. It's pretty complicated with them between the water dish and the rock I've got covering the piping. And here's our ghost. She really stands out in the undergrowth when you have her come into view, even through the foliage. So perhaps not the best coloration for an animal in this environment, but since this is a park, she will survive and do well, we hope. So that's close to the end of it before our Psittacosaurus disappear into the undergrowth. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and drop by again for another one. Leave a comment or press that like button. It'd help me out. If you like this stuff and haven't subscribed, please do. Till next time, stay safe out there, be kind to each other, and I hope to see you in another Dino Bob video in the near future, and the far future, hopefully. That's it. Bye now.